So many SEO agencies want to work and target software companies because they think they have big budgets. They think that they understand the role of search and they're willing to invest in it. What's ended up happening is so many SEO agencies do end up trying to work with them, but they have no idea what they're doing. And what's ended up happening in the software SEO space is a saturation. You go to Google and you type in best software companies, you're not going to get websites. You're going to get things like G2 Crowd and you're going to get roundup articles. Then you try and find more long tail stuff and it is just bombarded with content. It's very, very difficult for software companies to get quality leads from SEO anymore. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's a fact. But I've got your solution. In fact, inside of the Blueprint Training community, our Slack channel, people post about this all the time. And I literally just recorded a video for a private client and I want to share it with you because I helped him understand exactly how to go to market with the right SEO strategy for software companies that is not only to get results, but it's going to help his company stand out in the market where everyone's trying to do the same thing and nobody's really getting results. So if you want advice like this, there's a link below to join our private Slack community where you'll get access to one-on-one videos just like this that I do for our clients in there all the time. So let's get into the video. So quickly, just want to run through the positioning workbook. Everything in here looks good. The most important part about this is really just kind of fleshing out ideas and getting to this section here. It's more of a thought-provoking thing than something you need me to look at. This is where I prefer to dig into a little bit more. So I'm also going to send you another video. Make sure to watch this. This is from somebody who I did a video for the other day, and it was also about SaaS companies. She specifically was looking at different levels of startups, and I gave some really good advice there. So definitely check that out as well, because there's a lot of relevant stuff in there for you as well. So the other thing is a lot of folks come into this program and do SaaS. If you've got experience in SaaS, then I would say definitely. If not, it's a very, very competitive space, and this is just my opinion, and you know, a lot of people necessarily don't believe me or want to believe me, but I do believe that the impact of SEO is starting to dwindle on SaaS, because perfect example of why this offer stuff is so powerful. So if you're telling me that their dream outcome over here is leads, right? This is what they want. This is what they're willing to invest their marketing dollars into. Then doing this is probably not going to drive that, right? If I were a SaaS company, and the reason is this, right? I'm not telling you not to do SaaS. I'm getting to my point here, which is you need to refine it and continue refining it until you really drill in the pain point that maps back to an SEO based offer. So if I'm doing something like this, right? Like, I don't know, best accounting software for small businesses, right? That would be a search. You notice what comes up. It's going to be ads on top, of course. And then it's going to be roundups. It's going to be articles. You're not going to find an actual ranking of a page here, right? And that was like a bottom funnel keyword. And the reason is you just can't rank a website for that search. It's just, this is what it is, right? So the other option then is to create like longer form content. Longer form content that doesn't map directly to bottom funnel searches is not going to deliver on this promise here, right? So with that being said, this doesn't make this a bad vertical at all. It just means that taking the same approach that everyone's taking is going to lead to more of this and just more saturation in the SERPs. And you're competing now against something because it's very competitive, because it's like a traditional SaaS strategy. So what I push folks to do is specialize even more, right? And what I mean by that is I would focus mainly on the content part of it. And, or if you're going to do backlinks, I would go like upmarket. We'll talk about that in a second. So all of this works, right? This is definitely an SEO process, but as I just demonstrated, right? Like you're not going to rank like the homepage or the service pages, right? So trying to rank those pages, like for example, for attorneys, right? I'm actually have one open here. We are 100% focused on ranking these pages here. Why? Because this is what's actually going to drive phone calls and leads. Now it's different in the attorney space, right? Because if I do car accident attorney Miami, Florida, where I am, you can actually rank these pages. First of all, we have this here, and then we've got Miami car accident. So you see the difference here? These are actual service pages. So this is a real opportunity to rank for these bottom funnel purchase intent keywords. Something that I've been telling people a lot here is when it comes to SEO, people struggle to sell it because businesses can't map it directly back to ROI. They just can't justify spending 10 grand a month on something that doesn't make them money. It's not the best use of their marketing dollars, right? But the best way to test that out is to just literally go to Google and type in like a main keyword and just ask yourself, like, does the result of this search end up in a goal completion? Either a purchase, right? If it's like e-commerce, or a lead or a phone call if it's like an attorney or a software company, right? So this is the litmus test that I tell people all the time when we're picking our positioning, is that if you want to sell SEO, then whatever the search is has to result in some sort of conversion action. Otherwise, it becomes really hard to sell. And that's why so many people struggle to sell SEO, because it's like trying to push a boulder uphill, right? You're trying to sell something that people are just not jumping at, when A, you've got something like paid search ads that can come in and get them leads, phone calls right away, or B, social media is going to be another place that they push a lot. Like if I'm a SaaS company, I'm investing in social media ads, and actually we're getting ready to launch a piece of software, and I don't plan to do any SEO for this. I just plan to go straight to Facebook and crank up some ads, because I know that I can sell it that way, and I can sell it quickly. So again, we come back here and look at something like this, right? So they want more qualified leads, 75% certainty, 4 weeks. I would argue that that's very difficult to do with a search, and then 1 hour per day. And it's probably going to be a lot more than that too, because if you're doing content briefs for them, then, it's probably going to take them hours per day, and they're probably going to be backed up. Okay. So again, I'm getting to my point here, I promise. So what I would focus on again is the content portion of this, and focus it in your messaging on like content that drives conversions, content that drives leads. And I would also write the content for them. I wouldn't do content briefs. This should be a completely done for you service where you come in, you do a content audit. And another good example of this too is like a content audit and like total addressable market. This is fine. This can be a part of like, this would be like, to me, I'm just going to let me do this for you. So if I was going to do this, I would move this down here. I would call this like a content audit plus strategy. So I'm actually working with a company called Pitchbox. They're a software company, and I'm doing consulting with them, and I'm helping them architect like a marketing department and a marketing strategy. Something that, and this is a great company, they're intelligent marketers, all this stuff, but they struggle with just getting a grasp on just content in general, like overall content in terms of blog content, video content, just getting a grasp on strategy and direction. So I think this is a huge part of what you can do, is really come in and like go through old posts, see if they're still valuable, make a decision to update them. We talk about this in all the modules in the blueprint, and then putting together a strategy for them that basically builds out, target 6 months worth of content calendar, right? So I would put this here, like content calendar plus calendar, and then I would do like content creation, and then like maybe content promotion, something along those lines, right? And then to me, this doesn't just become leads and SaaS, this becomes like, right? And part of what I would do here also would be, so again, I'm just going off the top of my head here, right? You'd obviously have to put some more thought into this in terms of messaging and what software companies want, but I do know that this is a pain point in terms of software companies that have created a lot of content and it's just not driving any business value. It's just not converting. So this becomes the pain point right over here. And the end goal is content that converts and a content program that drives leads. But you would set up tracking reporting so you can actually track content, come in, do a deep content audit, put together a content strategy, help them get clarity on what they need to create, how much they need to create, when they need to create it, and put together a calendar for them. And the total addressable market will be part of that in terms of like keywords. Then you kick off content creation, do it for them, do everything for them, create amazing content, and then do targeted outreach campaigns or targeted link building off the back of it to build links to content. And now you've got something that stands out in the audience, right, from all these other folks, and it goes against the grain for what everyone else is trying to sell. So that's what I would do here. And then this becomes super interesting too, because when we talk about something like a marketing offer, right, this is something that you can pull out and do like a free data studio report, like a SaaS like content tracking report. That's free, right? You can just give them the template for free, but then upsell them into implementation of that template, like connecting analytics, and then bang, you've already then kicked off the first thing, and now you can upsell your whole thing here. So you can use this as what we call a tripwire offer, right? You can even make it free, maybe like $99 to set it up, whatever, and then bang, then you kick off this process over here. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that helped you out a little bit on your journey to building and growing your agency. As I said, if you want to get videos like this, there's a link below. It will take you to sign up to our Slack channel. I post these videos in here multiple times per day, and it will literally cost you less than what it costs to go out to dinner right now. So hit the link below, and I'll see you up there.